Well, hello everyone. I am Sarah Halstead, and I am a laughter lover. For those of you who know me, you know I like to smile and share laughter with you. I'm also a lifelong learner. There's a lot of things that through the course of my life I've learned, and I love to be able to share things with other people, especially when it's insights that can help other people along the way. And there have been lots of different opportunities in my life for me to learn, sometimes from my mistakes, sometimes from things that have gone well, and I just like to be able to share that. In addition to being a lifelong learner and a laughter lover, I am also an abundance attractor. I've had the opportunity to work with some incredible mentors who have helped me to really work on my thinking and my mindset, and to be able to really attract good things into my life, and it's been a wonderful experience. So just a little bit about me, but it's great to be able to share a little time with you tonight. And so I wanted to talk tonight about something that's just impressed me recently, and maybe you've noticed this, but there are a lot of times in our life where we have situations that come up that we might think are sad, or that we might feel, kind of sad about, but we also have an opportunity for choice. Whether we let that affect us in a negative way or a positive way, we get to choose. And let me share a little story with you that sort of illustrates this. A number of years ago, I was working for a nonprofit organization. I was a director of a family resource center, and I had been there for quite some time, and actually since the organization began until it really grew, we'd added a lot of staff, and it was a really neat time to be involved in that organization. At the time, I was married, and my husband was transferred. His job was taking us from one part of the state to another, and so I had to leave that job. And I remember the day that I locked up the office and I left for the last time. And I so easily could have been, too. I could have been too wound up in the emotion of what was going on, and really felt very, very sad. I could have cried. I mean, it was that sad. I had a great time there. But what I chose to do instead, and it was the first time in my life that I really learned this and did it, is that I realized I had a choice. I could walk away and be sad that I wasn't going to be coming there anymore, that I wasn't going to have the opportunities that I had working there anymore, or I could look back on all the wonderful things that had happened during the time that I did work there. I could look back on all the relationships that were changed, all the families that were strengthened, all of the wonderful people that I got to interact with, and just really fully appreciate that. And that's what I did. And I realized that even in sad situations, we have that choice. We have that opportunity to reflect on the things that we can be grateful about and be thankful for. I don't know about you, but I have certainly had the opportunity to meet and get to know a lot of different friends in different parts of the country and different parts of my life, as I've worked with a number of organizations. As some of you know, that when I was growing up as a child, that my father was a minister, so we moved every few years from one place to another, and I made new friends and had to leave some behind. And it's sad sometimes when you think about the loss of a friendship or someone that you've gotten to know, but you can also choose to look at that in a very positive way. You can choose to be grateful for those people that come into your lives and that add some kind of value to your life experience. And we have those people in our lives all the time. And so even now, when I am aware of some people that, our paths crossed and now they might be just diverting and going their separate ways, I can be sad about the fact that we're not so close anymore, or I can turn that around and I can choose to be positive about it. I can choose to be grateful for the time that we had together, to know that we shared love, that we shared a great friendship, and just be really happy that at that point in our lives, we were there for each other. And that is such a wonderful and positive feeling, to actually change your mindset around a little bit and to focus on those blessings that are in our life instead of the loss. This last week, I had the opportunity to see someone who I had worked with about a year ago, who had brought her mother-in-law with her to some support groups that we were doing in my current work. And her mother-in-law had Alzheimer's disease. She had dementia, and things were getting quite challenging for her. I learned when I met and talked to this person now that since then, her mother-in-law has passed away. And she talked about how they had hospice that came into the home and helped her during those last weeks. And I asked her, I said, did she know that she was dying? And the woman told me, yes, she did. But it was a blessing to be able to spend that time together and have that end of life time in a very positive way. And she told me that as she was together with this mother-in-law, this dear person in her life, she said, it was funny because we would talk about things, and I told her I could be there for her, I could support her, we could pray together, whatever it was that helped her through that. And she said, and you know what she focused on? She kept telling me what a wonderful life she had, what a wonderful opportunity she had to love people, how truly blessed she was to have all of these experiences in her life. So even at the time when it can feel ultimately sad, when it can feel like there's no happiness in a particular situation, you would be surprised how you can choose happiness, how you can choose to focus on the good, because it's always there. And it's a skill, I think. I think it's something that you learn as you grow older and you become a little wiser, but you realize that it really is a skill, and we can practice it. We can practice, being there, being present, and being grateful in everything. Even the things that don't immediately seem like they would be the kinds of things you'd be grateful for. Even in the challenges, there's so much to be thankful for and to be grateful for. So, even tonight as I was thinking about friendships that have come and gone and new ones that are really strengthened, I am super grateful for the opportunity to know and to love people. I am so happy to be able to connect with people via Periscope. I mean, a couple of months ago, I didn't know anything about doing videos like this. It was a new thing. And I've gotten to know and meet people from around the world who are truly wonderful, wonderful people. And it never would have happened if I had chosen to focus on negative feelings. If I had said, ooh, I don't want to do that, that's kind of creepy, or I'm not comfortable doing that, or, if you focus on the sad part or the hard part of things, then you don't get the blessings in life. You don't get the happiness that we can all have. So it's it's a skill that we work on a little bit each day, that we practice, and that we become more and more grateful as the day goes on and as our life goes on. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share. It was just this little insight kind of bouncing around in my head tonight, and I just wanted to remind all of you who had the opportunity to jump on that we really do have a choice, that no matter what the circumstance is in our life, whether it's the loss of a friend, whether it's the loss of a life, whether it's the challenge of trying something new, we can look at it a number of different ways, but you can choose to look at it in a very positive way and to reflect on the blessings that come along with it. So I hope you do. I hope that you do. It is tremendously uplifting and so wonderful in terms of changing your life around. So, thank you. Thanks, Mary Ellen. And I really appreciate that. You have truly been a blessing to me today in more ways than you can possibly know. So I do appreciate that so much. So go ahead and be as positive as you can. Even when it's really tough, try to look at the bright side. Try to remember what is good about a situation. And I guarantee you that the more you do that, it's like pumping iron. It's like building a muscle. You will find that your heart expands and that you have more capacity for goodness and love in your life. So go ahead and try it. I know it's going to be rewarding for all of you. Thank you to all of you. I really appreciate all the hearts. I thank you so much for sharing this. And just remember that little tidbit. Thank you all again. It's been wonderful to spend some time with you tonight. If we aren't connected and if you would like to do so, you can certainly find me on Facebook. I am Sarah Halstead. I also have a Facebook page that's called Insights to a Better Life, and you can reach me at each of those places or follow me on Twitter and see the periscopes that we do from day to day. So thank you again. I hope you all have a wonderful night, and know that the very many blessings that are in your life are definitely something that you can be grateful for. Take care, and we will talk to you again later. Bye-bye.